Every photo you have ever taken is a tiny piece of time you managed to keep. A smile, a birthday, a sunset, a person you might never see again. Today, taking a picture takes less than 1 second. But for most of human history, moments disappeared the instant they happened. You could remember them, you could draw them, but you could not capture them. So how did humans invent something that could trap light itself? The answer is strange because the first camera was not really a camera. It was a dark room with a tiny hole in the wall. This idea is called the camera obscura. Light travels in straight lines. So when light passed through that hole, it projected the outside world inside the room. The image was upside down, dim, and temporary, but it proved something incredible. Light could create a picture by itself. You did not need a painter to draw every detail. For centuries, people used camera obscuras to study scenes and trace them. But there was one huge problem. The moment you closed the hole, the picture disappeared. Humans had learned how to create an image with light. They still had not learned how to make that image stay. That problem would take chemistry. Scientists discovered that some materials changed when light touched them. That meant light could do more than make an image. It could change matter. In the early 1800s, inventors began combining the dark box with light-sensitive materials. One of them was a French inventor named Joseph Nicephore Niepce. He coated a plate with a substance that slowly reacted to light. Then he placed it inside a camera obscura and waited and waited and waited for hours. But eventually the light left behind a permanent image. It was rough, it was blurry, but it stayed. For the first time, a real moment had been preserved by light. Photography had been born. But early photography was painfully slow. To take a portrait, people had to sit almost perfectly still. Even a small movement could ruin the picture. Then another inventor, Louis Daguerre, made the process faster and clearer. His process was announced in 1839. It created detailed images on polished metal plates, but each picture was unique. You could not simply press copy and make another one. A photograph was still rare, expensive, and precious. Then came another breakthrough. William Henry Fox Talbot developed a way to make a negative first. The negative could then create many positive copies. That idea changed everything. A memory no longer had to exist only once. It could travel, it could be shared, it could outlive the person inside it. Still, cameras were difficult to use. They were heavy, expensive, and full of complicated chemicals. Taking a photo was a serious process, not something you could casually do at a birthday party. Then one man helped change photography from a profession into a habit. His name was George Eastman. He wanted photography to be easier for ordinary people, so he helped replace fragile plates with flexible roll film. Then, in 1888, Kodak introduced a simple box camera. It came loaded with enough film for 100 pictures. You took the pictures, sent the camera back, and Kodak handled the rest. Photography was no longer only for experts. People began capturing ordinary life, not just kings, wars, and important events. This was the beginning of the snapshot. Then cameras kept becoming smaller, faster, cheaper, and easier to carry everywhere. Color photography made memories feel more alive. Instant cameras made people impatient in a new way. For the first time, you could take a photo and watch it appear minutes later. But the next change would be even bigger. It would remove film completely. In 1975, Kodak engineer Steve Sasson built an early digital camera. It was huge, heavy, and nothing like the cameras we use today. Its image was black and white. It had only 10,000 pixels, and recording one picture took around 23 seconds. The image was stored on a cassette tape. It sounds ancient now, but it proved something powerful. A camera did not need film to remember light. It could turn light into numbers, and numbers could be copied forever without wearing out. That changed what photography could become. Digital cameras became smaller, faster, and more affordable. Then cameras entered phones, and suddenly, almost everyone carried a camera everywhere. But your phone is not just a camera. It is a camera connected to a powerful computer. It can brighten shadows, fix shaky shots, and combine several images at once. In a way, modern cameras do not only capture light, they also interpret it. And that is how a dark room with a hole became the camera in your pocket. It took centuries of physics, chemistry, engineering, and obsession. Not one genius, not one magical invention, just thousands of people solving one impossible problem piece by piece. How do you make a moment stay after it is gone? Now we answer that question without even thinking. We point, we tap, and for 1 second, time stops. Not forever, but long enough for us to remember.